The drugstores are coming out with so much new makeup, and I love it because if you guys know me, you know I love drugstore makeup. That's not true. I love all makeup. What am I talking about? But they're coming out with quite a bit of makeup and quite a bit of foundations, which you know I love to test out foundations. So today, the foundation I'm going to be testing out is the Revlone Photoready Insta-Filter foundation. This is what it looks like. This thing was $17.99. The drugstore foundations are just starting, not even just the foundations, but the drugstore makeup period are starting to just jump so high so fast that it's almost kind of getting ridiculous. Anyways, so let's go on with this. It is $17.99. They have 12 shades and you don't even get a full fluid ounce. And this one you only get 0.91. It's not that much less than like a normal foundation, but still when they're upping the price, like let's not up the price and lessen the product, because that's just kind of annoying. I'm going onto their website and reading the description. So the new foundation has a built-in blender so you can have the perfect makeup look anytime, anywhere. Works with any skin type and evens and smooths your skin tone to leave you with a fresh-faced, natural finish. Medium to buildable coverage, all-day wear, high-definition filter technology captures and transforms any light to blur and soften flaws. Okay, so I got the color Buff, which I've actually had this foundation for a while and just haven't used it because I had self-tanned and it was way too light for me. First of all, the applicator is horrible. It comes with this sponge on top and then the foundation comes out of there. Second of all, it says to shake it. Shake well before use. And I made the mistake of shaking it without this lid on it, and that was a huge mistake because foundation just started squirting everywhere. Last time I took this thing off, because the lid's got like a stopper. See, it's got like a little stopper that kind of goes in the hole of the foundation. Foundation kind of squirted everywhere and got on me and it kind of bugged me. Anyways, you twist this up to get the foundation to come out, and then you're just supposed to like use the applicator, which is the most horrendous applicator ever. I will not be using this applicator because what happens is you just get streaks from more foundation coming out. So we're not going to be using the applicator, but I am going to be putting it on with a foundation brush. Also, I used this the other day. I like to test out things before because sometimes your opinion can change by the way you're using it. And I noticed when I was pushing the foundation up, it had separated a little bit and there was more liquid than like pigment coming out, and that was not like the best, but maybe I didn't shake it good enough. I'm going to use my brush, not their applicator, because that thing was horrible and it just left streaks, and I'm assuming they're trying to go with like the beauty blender route, but the problem is that you can't dampen it. And the foundation just sits in it, and then when the foundation dries, like, it's just a horrible idea. I don't know who came up with that idea, but it was horrible. Alright, so the first thing I'm noticing is that it is filling some pores and fine lines, almost like a pore filling primer would. It's drying down and it doesn't feel, it's not tacky as it's drying down, which is good. Okay, so it's supposed to have a natural finish, which I would say it does, natural to semi-matte, because it does have like a little bit of a matte finish. I could see how this foundation would cling to dry skin if you had dry skin. I have dry skin, but I've really moisturized today. So, but I could tell if I had it, it would probably be clinging to my dry skin a little bit. But you know what? Let's zoom you guys in and you guys can decide what you think. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but it has filled in. Let's do this side. It has filled in my pores right here quite a bit, which is nice. The only thing is I do feel like it kind of sinks into my fine lines, but not a big deal. Most foundations do, but it doesn't look bad. It actually looks quite nice. I feel like it could be dry around here. If I hadn't moisturized heavily, I feel like it could have been dry right there, but seeing as though I moisturized quite heavily today, it's not bad. Alright, I am going to go and put on the rest of my foundation, or the rest of my makeup, and we'll come back and see how it applied over top. Be right back. Alright guys, we are back with a full face of makeup. Don't mind my lipstick, I'm kind of trying out a new one that just came out from the drugstore, but that won't be in this video. But I really want to not like this foundation because of the price. I really don't want to recommend a $17.18 essentially $18 foundation from the drugstore. But I'm not gonna lie, so far I have noticed that it has filled my pores. It does make your skin look really nice. The only thing is I do feel like potentially this could be bad for dry skin, but we're gonna wear it throughout the day. We're gonna test it out and see if that is true. But yeah, my foundation, my blush and bronzer applied great over top, but so far it's actually really good and I don't want to like it. Anyways, so we're gonna come back, we're gonna do test-ins throughout the day to see how it wore. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see the foundation kind of with makeup on top. So this is up close. As you can see, it applied really nicely, no patchiness. It really has blurred all of my pores and fine lines. Don't mind the lipstick, I'm testing it out. I'm pretty sure I hate it, but bleh. Anyways, yeah, it really has filtered and blurred everything. Damn you for being $18. But it could be drying. So I will do check-ins throughout the day. I will come back maybe 2 more times, once in the middle, once I've had it on for a couple hours, and maybe 1 more time at the end of the night to see if it has clung to any of my dry skin. But damn it, so far I like it. I'll see you guys in a little bit in another check-in. All right guys, it is 5:48, and when I filmed the very first part of this video, it was 11 or 11:30, I'm not sure, because I was waiting for my mom to FaceTime call me. She's supposed to do it at 11, and then I ended up calling her at 11:30 when I was done filming. So it was probably around 11:30 is when I filmed. And it's now 5:48, so 6 hours of wear. Okay, so I have spent the whole day in my kitchen cooking. That's kind of why I just threw my hair up. As you know, I'm Canadian. Well, if you don't know, I'm Canadian, and my mom still lives in Canada with one of my little sisters. And, you know, just around the holidays, you kind of want to cook with your mom and, you know, we used to cook together all the time when I lived in Canada. And now that I don't, I get kind of sad around the holidays and I want to cook with my mom. And so she called me and asked if I would want to FaceTime, and we got all the ingredients about a week ago. And then her and my little sister FaceTimed me and we got to cook together through FaceTime. So it was really fun, really good moment. Here's what I like about the foundation so far. From a distance, the makeup looks great. It does fill the pores and fine lines. It does kind of give you that blurring effect. Anyways, as you can see, I've got dry patches around my nose and kind of on my forehead looks a little dry, and right here. I don't know if you can totally see in the camera all around here, but if you have dry skin, this may not be the foundation that you want. It's not like dry where I'm looking flaky. It just looks like I applied a little bit too much powder to my skin, and I really prepped my skin with moisturizer and oil before I put this foundation on. So if you do have dry skin, this may not be the foundation that you want to wear. But yeah, I'm gonna test it still throughout the end of the night, and we'll see if it continues to get dry or if it melts into the skin a little more. We'll see. So I'll see you guys at the end of the night. Bye. Alright guys, it's the end of the night. It is 11 o'clock at night. I've had this foundation on for 12 hours. That's an insane long time. I've just been busy cooking a lot and cooking, and then, you know, 4 kids. So they're finally in bed. I can finally finish this video. I've had this foundation on for 12 hours. Let me look. I haven't even looked to see what I look like. If the camera is a little shaky, it's because we're kind of doing this like selfie style. Like I'm holding the camera physically with my hand just so I could get the best lighting. All right, so it's definitely worn off around my nose and it is a little dry. My concern is I have been cooking all day. Banana bread, I've been using the oven, I've been doing toffee, so I was actually standing around heat all day, and so I would think that my foundation after standing around heat and stuff would be almost oily looking, and it is a little bit right here. I'll zoom you guys in a minute so you can see. It is a little bit oily, but still around here and around here it's a little drying, and it's not like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like super, super drying where I'm like flaking, but it almost looks like I have a lot of powder on my face. And yeah, and if I was around heat all day and I was getting like kind of hot, then you'd think it would be a little bit more oily. So I'd be concerned on just a normal day where I'm not around heat, if it would be more drying, and if I hadn't prepared my skin. I even did a mask last night, not specifically to use this foundation, but I did a Glam Glow hydration mask. So my skin is like hydrated. So if it weren't hydrated, I'd be a little concerned that this would not be for someone with dry skin. But let's zoom you in and then we'll get the final opinion. So as you can kind of see, it's really broken up around here and it's red. I don't know if you can see like the dry patches all around it. It's kind of might be hard to catch on camera, but there are dry patches. And then if you can see, I am a little oily right here in my T-zone, which is to be expected after being in the heat for that long. But my bronzer has held up quite nicely. My bronzer and blush just around my mouth and on my chin, it looks like it's actually worn off quite a bit. You can kind of see like the dryness around here, and it's completely worn off my chin and my nose. Now mind you, I don't think this foundation ever claimed to be like a super long wearing foundation. Where did I put it? Okay. Lies! It does claim to be a long wearing foundation, which I don't think it is, because I guess I'm saying I have other foundations that are long wearing that don't break up on my chin or on my nose that I would wear if I wanted a long wearing foundation. I wouldn't reach for this one. Pros is it really does fill your pores and fine lines. So if you really have maybe combo to oily skin, I think this would be great and it would fill your pores. But I think if you have, I want to say, because I've been taking care of my skin so well with like oils and stuff, I want to say I'm going from dry to dry to normal. In some areas it's normal, but in some areas I'm still quite dry. But so for normal to dry and then like more dry skin, I don't think this would be the foundation for you. I think it would look powdery, and I think if it's wearing off on the places where I'm dry, which is around here and around here and around my mouth, then I just don't think it's going to be good for people who have, you know, dry skin. As far as the applicator goes, I think it's ridiculous. Having the sponge on it was absolutely ridiculous. And if you can see, like, foundation is slowly seeping out of that hole, and I haven't been turning it at all. And so it's just like, I don't know, for me, I just think like bacteria when I see this, like just holding and harboring bacteria. So I hate the applicator. I think the sponge tip was a horrible idea, but the foundation inside isn't that bad. But for $17.99, I think there are better foundations at the drugstore than this. So I'm gonna have to say I would not recommend this foundation for the price tag, for the applicator, and I just think there are better foundations out there. So thanks for watching. I hope this lighting was okay. I'm kind of trying to use a light, but it's like so brilliant white. It's almost blue light, and I'm trying to like not look so like washed out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoy making them, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.